She's one to give him the purple bead.
Here's my little girl. She's called Treats, question mark, on a silver platter. And I have explained that this is all about parental messaging. Rather, I prefer to say non-parental messages about recycling or reusing, which they should be taught and informed about, and spoiling a child with only sugar is a treat and it's a prize.
Do you have any contact information, Mona, if anyone would like to look at your artwork?
I have, at this time they have to meet me personally for an appointment at my home studio, and that would be 510-848-1827. Working on a website because I actually love oil and I want to get back to oil and ceramics.
With Richard Kane, and he's an artist, and this is his artwork here. So, what can you tell us about your art?
Well, I consider myself part of a long tradition of mask making with the materials at hand. I just happen to have very different materials at hand these days. And I like to think that I see the face of humanity in everything we make. I'm highly attuned to seeing faces and elements of faces in just about everything I see. And I really hate to see things go to waste, and I really like to find things. And I just have fun putting them together. I think they're quite whimsical.
Do you use found objects?
I use recycling, found objects. Occasionally I buy things, but not too often.
Okay. And since this is for the Oakland art scene, so you're from Oakland?
Well, not originally. I've lived in Oakland since 1990, and I lived in San Francisco from 75 till then, and I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I found a home here, obviously.
So, that's cool. So how do you like the art scene out here?
It seems to be quite vibrant lately. I go down to the First Fridays now and then, and I mean, it's gotten kind of crazy, but I check out the various artists down there, the cooperatives and such, and it's kind of fun to look at it. I've just started displaying again this past year. I hadn't done it for a while.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell people before we're done that we haven't covered yet?
Don't let things go to waste. Oh, people throw away such wonderful things. I mean, I benefit from it to some extent, but it just seems so wasteful.
Do you think that when people make things from found objects and they recycle or upcycle, do you think that there's a political message to the art that
there can be, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't really see my stuff as political per se, but it does have some elements of that in it, you know, the fact that you can reuse things, you can give new life to things, and that you know, some of our greatest resources are things that we throw away. There is no away. You can't, you know, there is no away. We're just squandering things that we should be using.
Yeah, Expressions Gallery with Ann Pinkowski, and she's one of the artists here. So can you tell us a little bit about this exhibition and your art and stuff?
The show is playful, wild, wacky, and witty, I think. Or add another, you know, adjective. And it's a lot of found objects and mixed media and topics or content that is interesting or fits that theme. A lot of found objects, bottle caps, interesting subjects.
I notice there's a lot of sculpture here. Do you think that it's unusual to have that much sculpture?
I think one of the benefits of this location is that they have an outdoor sculpture garden, and not a lot of galleries have something like that. And so I think, you know, because of the venue, they have more sculpture than I'm usually see in a gallery setting. Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so you are not currently in Oakland, but you grew up in Oakland. Did that affect you as an artist?
I wouldn't necessarily say that it affected me as an artist. However, most of the places that, that I think about when I think about my art education is in Oakland, Crucible, that type of, all the flea markets I go to are in Oakland. So as a found objects artist, that's my stomping ground still.
So some of the objects in your... We're here with Alfred Smith, and he's a Berkeley artist, and we're here at Expression Gallery. So can you tell us a bit about your art and your involvement with the gallery?
Well, I've been in Berkeley for about 50 years, painting. But more recently, after I retired, we've been in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
So coming back this time, we discovered Expressions Gallery. And it's a wonderful gallery, great enthusiasm, great people to work with. And I have shown twice here. So that's pretty much where we are. I really like the gallery here.
I really like all of these wolves here. Look at
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, go
so
for it.
we're here with Lois and Ernie Rich, and this is a piece of their artwork right here. And we're at the Expressions Gallery. And tell us a little bit about your artwork and your participation in this exhibit.
Well, we've relocated here from North Carolina 4 or 5 years ago. Do a lot of commission type work, so we're getting back into sculpture, gallery work. And this is our first time exhibiting here at Expressions. It's been a majority of it has something to do with nature themes or human form, things like
Creator sculptures around those things. And also work with customers if they have a particular love, like birds or butterflies. Create around different
A lot of times our commission work is integrated into like a railing gates. We do a lot of garden gates and incorporate themes like that into it. So.
Like this is a kind of a garden type sculpture.
Yeah,
here.
just a garden sculpture. It can go inside or out, but basically usually think of it as a garden piece.
And you did the blue lady over there?
Actually, not that one.
Not that one?
We did the vine lady. She's
Playing
playing
the
the violin.
No.
And there's a rooster inside.
Okay.
That's what we did. So.
Okay.
A playful, wacky show.
I have another artist for you.
Okay. Okay, so is there anything else that you guys want?
Do you guys have any contact, any information you want to?
Yeah. We have a website you can get to from elm.com. That's ELLM.com. And then here at Expressions Gallery, they have all of our information.
So this is Sheila Bildel, and she's an artist here. What are you exhibiting here at the Expressions Gallery?
I'm exhibiting one oil painting, and it's abstract.
And as far as the theme of this exhibit, what was your artwork's connection to that?
Well, it's kind of a whimsical piece. It is non-representational, and it's about, it's called Two Figures on a Cliff, and the colors are blue and orange, so it's kind of like bright and happy, but it's about one figure is sort of apprehensive about making a decision, and the next figure is sort of pushing it along. So it's kind of like this upbeat, sort of positive feel.
That's cool. And you don't have any connection to Oakland by any chance, do you?
Not really.
Not
no.
really.
I go there and.
Okay. So okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself as an artist.
Well, I am from Tennessee originally, and I came out to California because I thought that this is where you're supposed to go, or at least one place to go to be an artist. And I got into college and tried different majors, but the only thing I could really do well was paint, and so I studied art at UC Berkeley. And since then I've been doing administrative work, but I still keep up my paintings because that's what I
It's nice. You want to get a picture of you standing next to it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that way they can associate you with it. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks.
I came off because I was
There have been
So is most of your art based in photography?
all of it.
All of it?
And I work with Ellie Findler, and she does. She takes the photographs and turns them into paintings.
Oh, okay.
Those are two of my photographs that she's turned into paintings. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you give a shot? Which one, the horse?
I can show you because I took this morning.
Okay, it's just horse real quick. This is how you live? Okay, I'm gonna go help you with her. Just 1 second. So these are the ones that she
Yeah, she's turned.
into paintings.
Yeah.
Did she physically paint these?
She's actually a fabric designer, so she's actually designed the fabric, and then the dog she physically painted, but through the computer.
Oh, okay.
So this is
It's like that computer type of thing they make T-shirts with and stuff.
yeah, they were able to get various separations, and they were able to. Sometimes the pop art is done very, very simply, and then other artists do it more complex, and these are. It's the work of,
those are cool.
Weeks where she's doing a very complex process. The background is probably.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and let you talk instead of trying to interview you behind the camera because that might look kind of weird.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say about yourself as an artist?
I'm Gary. My name is Gary Trout. I'm a photographer, and I work with my wife, Ellie Findler, and our business is called Joyful Dog Designs. And there's an S on design, joyfuldogdesigns.com. We do a lot of photography of pets, mainly dogs and cats, mostly dogs. And Ellie is a very accomplished artist who will occasionally take some of the photographs and turn them into an entirely different artistic event, so that the bare bones of the photography is turned into a total digital painting. And this is our dog, and the one up there is Wilma, and she's a white boxer. And Ellie is just very, very good with her color palettes. I suppose that's what really separates her from some of the others, is that the colors are just very, very appealing. And then and the complexity of the intricate work there, that she'll work in great detail on just on the smallest area there to create shapes that are not obvious to the eye, but they have a very subliminal effect. And with my work is more straightforward. That I'm interested in capturing the personality of the dog or the cat or the bird, and do work whenever I can with natural light. That if you look at the if we can go across the room and look at the other three.
Yeah, well, she told me to get cheese. I'm trying to.
This top image, this is actually shot outside. The settee is outside. The background we hung outside, and so we're using daylight there and a little bit of off-camera flash to fill in the shadows. And you just and you can see that the Irish setter is just full of life there. She's darn near a fashion model. And she's since gone on to win some championships. This is a Gordon setter, and this again is the Victorian settee is outside, and then there's a black curtain behind her. She's dressed up with a Victorian lace around her neck and a cowboy hat. She's after a few minutes, she became rather comfortable with the cowboy hat. And her name is a very interesting name. Her name is Riot, and it suits her well. She's a full-on Riot.
Yeah, there's some really cool pictures.
And this one is my girl, Camille. She's an English pointer, and she's again on the Victorian settee, and she has a Roaring 20s flapper hat on. So she's that's her party hat, and she's just kicking back on the couch, waiting for the party to start. It's just and again, it's one of Ellie's backgrounds.
That's cool. Do you guys have any website or contact information in case someone wants to?
Joyful Dog Design. Joyful Joyful Dog DOG Designs DESIGNS. You need that S on there, otherwise you'll be looking at somebody else's site. It's joyfuldogdesigns.com. That's where you'll find our samples of our photography. And also, depending on when this puts out, we have the last 2 days of the show of Berkeley's Mystical Egrets and Ellie's new paintings, which are showing at Okokole Cafe and Restaurant. Okokole is AUCOQUELET. It's on 2000 University Avenue in Berkeley. 2000 University Avenue. And that was picked as one of the top shows in C&D Spay by the Berkeley Monthly. So it's worth catching. It's been held for 3.5 months. And it'll be there through tomorrow night. And it closes at 2 a.m. So you can go in there and
things I missed. Don't be unkind. It don't mean that I'm blind. Perhaps there's a thing or two. I think of lying in bed. I shouldn't have said, but there it is. You see that it's all clear. You were meant to be here. From the beginning. Maybe I might have changed and not been so cruel, not been such a fool. Whatever was done is done. I just can't recall. It doesn't matter at all.